Welcome to episode number 8, New to Prepping with the Frontier Preppers. My name is Billy, and today we're going to be talking about self-defense. Now, self-defense is something that is universal. Everybody has the right to self-defense. Everybody has the right to defend themselves against others trying to cause us harm. However, depending on the geographic location that you may be located at, well, those rights may deviate from my rights. Meaning that the tools that you can use may be different than the tools that I can use. I will give you two examples of tools, well, two geographic examples, the tools that I have seen used. And obviously, you have to make the decision based on your circumstances of the tools that you can use. Sometimes you may, well, not sometimes, but you may choose not to use any tools, but this too. And that is okay. As long as you have proper training, I think you will be okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, I come from Cuba. I was born and raised there. And in Cuba, it's illegal for the great majority of people to own firearms. There are some who has firearms, and they have to go through licensing and whatnot, very constricted by the government, and so on and so forth. However, I live now in the United States. The United States has, well, the 2A. And, it shall not be in French, although sometimes it's being in French by politicians, but that's a different story. But we do have the right to have firearms. But before we jump into firearms, let's discuss what my ability to defend myself was in Cuba. Meaning that I didn't have the right to have a firearm. Well, in Cuba, a lot of folks, what they have is this little handy little things. This. You're going to see, if you search online, even in bicycles, they will put it in their bicycles. This is something very, very common in Cuba. I believe in Haiti is very well used as well as in, other parts of the Caribbean. This is a very, very useful tool. And if you learn how to use it properly, well, it can save your life. I guarantee you that. Plus, it's a tool for gardening. It's a tool for doing other things. If you have a farm, if you have a homestead, you know exactly what this is. To my knowledge, there is no regulation against this. In fact, you can buy it online and it will ship over to your house. Now, again, very easy to use, very light. Do be careful though, they are sharp. So this is a very sharp object. And be careful, especially when you're starting. That is one tool that you can potentially use, around your homestead and whatnot, and potentially to defend yourself. Anything can be used to defend yourself. I mean, David versus Goliath, a rock. A slingshot can be used. One of the things that a lot of kids had in Cuba was slingshots. And I'll tell you what, it was a great deterrent for somebody who wanted to cause harm to any kid. Because every kid had a slingshot in their back with a pocket full of rocks. And hey, it was no fun, right? Now, one thing that you can use too, and this is something that we use in Cuba a lot, was the old-fashioned pocket knife. These things have been around for a very long time. You don't need to get something expensive, but you have something that you can use. Again, this is a great tool, not only for self-defense, but, to work in your homestead, to clean animals, to do the things that you would do, on a daily basis. So I'm showing you not only self-defense tools, but tools that can be used for a variety of things. Speaking of which, a Leatherman. This is my specific Leatherman. It does have a option here that you can open, and it is sharp, and you can use it for self-defense. Again, you see? Calming things. None of these things that I'm showing you, to my knowledge, are restricted, meaning that you can order it online and get it to your house. Let me share something else that a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of women in Cuba carry one tool that it is highly effective for doing things in your house, and yet they use it. Women use this a lot. And the reason why they use this is because they put it in their purse. And if it gets stopped, they get stopped by a police officer and they, see their purse or whatever, they may get a little fuss for this, or they will take it away. But this, they never pay no mind to it. And I saw many women carrying this in their purse for self-defense. This little thing. I mean, think about it. You get stopped right now and a police officer see this in your car. It's a scissors. That's it. That's all it is. They will not think about this as self-defense tool. And yet, it can be used. The sky is the limit when it comes to self-defense. Now, if you are able to get, firearms, that is a different story. A firearm, in my opinion, is the great equalizer. I'm not going to be showing firearms because, well, you do have strict rules against me, handling firearms and whatnot. But my recommendation to you all is go to a range. Go to a range that have rentals, meaning that you can rent in a specific firearm. Get with an instructor and ask them, can I rent this and can you show me how to use it? Use a variety. Make sure that you try a few. And the most comfortable one for you, they feel comfortable and you will know which one it is. That is the one for you. I'm not going to say, oh, go get this caliber. I'm not going to say, go get this brand. I'm not going to say none of that stuff because everybody's going to be different. What is right for me may not be right for you. And what is right for you may not be right for me. Same thing with a rifle. Again, go to a shooting range where they rent rifles. Get with an instructor. Ask for training. Ask that instructor to show you different ones. Rent them. Of course, it's going to be a cost at the beginning, but it is better for you to test them than afterwards you get whatever you like based on your experience, based on your needs, than to get something that you don't know anything about just because you saw a video on YouTube. And then when you test it, you're like, oh, I don't like this. It kicks too much. For example, I can tell you right now, a lot of people tell you, oh, go get a 12 gauge. If you are a person of a small frame, a 12 gauge is gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. So why not go test things out? That way you know what you want. You know what feels good. That way when you spend your money, you only have to do it once. That is my advice when it comes to firearms. Go to a professional shooting range. Talk to a professional. Talk to an instructor. Have that instructor show you how to handle that firearm. Show you how to do things properly. Get proper training. And then make your decision. That is the best advice that I can give you when it comes to firearms. Now, when it comes to self-defense, always remember, you have the right to protect yourself. It doesn't matter what part of the world you are in. You have the right to protect yourself. If all you have are your fists, then that's all you have. And you better utilize them. That being said, I hope you have a great one. Like I always, rock on, prep on, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.